What's up, everybody? I'm here again on a Monday stream. Is this the second week? It's 2 weeks I've done this. It's pretty good. How's it going, everybody? Hangro, Zaire, Rent, Vega, Ricker, Dante, Shades. So, as you can see, I started coloring the drawing we left off last Thursday. This is how it turned out. I have another version where she's looking forward, a little bit more neutral, but I wasn't sure if it was a little too stiff. So I did another version where she's kind of looking a little bit psycho. Let me see. See what else I can show you here. It's a Akumi portrait. Girl eating a hot dog. And my weekend was pretty good. How was your weekend? I'm gonna go over to some other sketches. So I'm trying to draw more male characters. As you see, I'm failing somewhat, but I made this guy, which I thought was pretty cool. It's like a void assassin. And I did this one today. Algath the Paladin. Oh, and Akumi, I did this one today too. Trying to do some like key art for the mobile game. I was watching some videos on old Street Fighter games, and the guy brought up the artists who I never knew the names of the artists because when I was growing up, Capcom never put the artist names in the next to the art, even in the books. I never saw any names. But I found out that one of my favorite artists' names for Capcom was Bengus, Bengus, and so I started looking up his name in all Capcom art, and that inspired me to do this Algath rendition, kind of like a Dark Stalkers sort of vibe. Yeah, yeah, I like the way this is the first guy that I made that a male character that I was like, ooh, I could get used to making this type of stuff. You gonna be at Salt Lake Fan X? I'm assuming that's a convention. No, where is that, Wolf? Curious. I do want to start going to conventions again. I miss it. You think you can finish the mascara pick you had if you have a chance? Possibly. We can maybe I might redraw it. That's probably what I'll do. And just just make it more dynamic. There's the mascara. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. We'll see. Could do this one too. It's not terrible. But yeah. Been on a drawing spree. That Bengus artist really got me inspired. I think I did this one. No, this was before I saw that video. But it has that feel, that sort of Capcom feel that I love. I started trying to draw Halloween themed characters. So witch, werewolf, barely a werewolf. But yeah, I need to fix something. And this other witch over here. And a Tim Burton S type character. That's pretty much it. Assassin of Nolgath in new design. That shoulder looks sick. I don't even remember what that is. Sweepo. I guess it's the void I made with the giant katana. Is there a possibility of armor of Miltonius the Conqueror? Oh yeah, the Dage, uh, the barbarian versions. Not sure how that would translate into AQW's template. Yeah, werecat, more like it. I put a dog face on her, but I wasn't feeling it. It looked a little too. I don't like the. I don't like them to look too animalistic. I like them to be more on the human side. So I guess I'm not a true furry. I just I like women, humanoid women in all forms, as long as they still look like a female. Bengus made the comic Ryu and Cyclops shaking hands. Oh, the iconic. Yeah, yeah. He did that and so many other ones. Like every image that I'm like, oh yeah, that's what inspired me as a kid. Every Capcom image is probably his key art. Hey, Trude. Um, love the smoking girl. Which smoking girl? Oh, right. Yeah, I'll post that one later. Give you guys a glimpse, but those are going on my Patreon. Probably not till next month. I've already scheduled everything for this month, so everything kind of just rolls out automatically. Let's see. Okay, so ideas for a sketch. I need to warm up. I keep forgetting I need to warm up. Get some music started. But, am I off center again? Okay. Copyright. Is that too loud? Yeah, the art back then was like, I can't find anything in modern times that makes me feel the way that art that Bengus did back then did. And it was so simple too. Like there was detail, but it was all very purposeful, very silhouette. Like you could clearly see what was being portrayed without massive details. So yeah, I want to start like drawing cool shit like Bengus again. And a lot of it is just really super exaggerated musculature. Heroes and villains. Heroes and demons. Monsters. This guy looks kind of like Venom, but I don't want to draw Venom. Venom already is cool. There's nothing I can do to make Venom cooler. This could be another type of void or alien. That's the fun part for me is like drawing something opposite of what it's supposed to be. That's why I don't pick things that are already cool and try to redraw them. I'm like, what's the point? I take something that I'm interested in but has a different style, and then I completely redraw it in a different style. That's fun. Anything that's hyper contrast. That was what Akumi was all about. I was taking something that looked like it should be on a Saturday morning cartoon and flipping it on its head, making it for adults. So I was, right before the stream, I was drinking my hot chocolate over my desk where I had a notebook where I'd written down a plan to like mass post social media content for like the next 3 months. And as I was drinking my hot chocolate, and I tried to set my cup back down, I spilt it all over this notebook full of my plan. And instead of getting mad or upset, I was like, oh, this is the universe saying, yeah, don't do that. I took it as a sign. It's like, yeah, you're going to burn yourself out and not want to do it ever again. Don't do that. So instead of seeing things as mistakes like that, or things that are seemingly negative as a mistake, I'm going to take it as signals, as signs. So I'll continue to do the streams, and I'll post whatever feels fun to post. But I'm not going to stress myself trying to maintain a schedule that I can't. Trying to maintain a schedule I can't maintain. Remake. Oh, I miss a lot of the chats here. Remake Lycan transformation armor. The one you need to click on to transform. Maybe Vampire. I had a lore question, Milt. What's Oblivion's connection to Milt Null anyway? I know he's a darkness element, but he has an actual personality and isn't just mute, etc. And unique compared to others. I don't know, I never really thought about it. I guess he's kind of like, it's like an evil entity that tries to influence whoever its user is. If you ever read up on the lore of Death Dealer, that's sort of where I got that idea. The helmet, whenever a warrior puts on this helmet called the Death Dealer, they become, they get taken, they become like a fierce warrior, but they get controlled by the helmet and become like psychotic murder machines. So the idea of living inanimate objects like weapons or armor is always something that has fascinated me. In Darkstalkers, the samurai had a living armor that controlled him. That had a giant demon face on the chest. Mirror of Oblivion. Lots of AQW stuff. A debonair ladies' man who is wealthy, kind of like Bruce Wayne type, with a dark demon shadow. The sprite animation of Marvel versus Capcom is too cool for that time. Yeah, the sprite animations were amazing. A lot of times I thought the sprite animations were even better than some of the drawings. What about Nemesis from Resident Evil? I remember you drawing a collab with... Yeah, we did that a while ago. Or your take on a pot of greed. Or spin, maybe. You should put this guy in a suit. We can do that. Let's get more of his body on here first. See what this guy looks like in a suit. Looks like quite a tight fit. Reminds me of it reminds me of M. Bison. Because M. Bison is fully clothed, but his muscles are just popping out. Because he's so freaking, like, jacked. Where's the hole? Right here. It's interesting. Looks like a bodyguard or butler you don't want to mess with. I keep leaning away from the camera. Speaking of cartoons for adults, hey Milt, I don't want to derail anything, but I need to go soon. But finally, I made fan art. So to send to you, just tag on social media or something. Yeah, or you can go on my Discord and DM it to me. I am pretty bad at checking my Twitter, but I'll try to check it. But thanks for stopping by, Shades. When the release of Akumi Wars, will there be reward on AQW like the Kickstarter of Akumi Wars RPG? I'm not sure yet, Rickard. Still trying to figure that out. I'll have to talk to Artix if any of that's going to happen. So I don't know. I can't say for sure right now. But maybe. Do you think of sharks when making teeth or for fiends? Sharks, crocodiles. Like if you ever look at a crocodile or alligator, their teeth can never get, they don't have lips. Their teeth are always showing. Street sharks. Yeah, you know what? This looks like, hey, this is a different kind of Shark Tank. Business shark. Fiend shark. Oh, we can make it a shark. There we go. We've got suggestions happening naturally. I'll turn this. Looks like this could be. Keep it like this for now. Actually, almost looks like hair. That's kind of creepy. Doesn't he look dapper? I was gonna turn him into a shark, but it completely changed the way he looks. I kind of like without eyes, and then had that unique Ben 10 dog look. Yeah, everything looks cooler without eyes, actually. Because it's the way you identify what someone is feeling. So when you take that away, it becomes like creepy. That's why aliens are so creepy. The original Alien. I love Donovan on Darkstalkers. Yeah, Donovan was one of my favorites. Donovan and the dude with the giant sword, I forget his name. Is that Donovan? No. Donovan was the vampire, I think. I was always curious since he's been prominent in AQW, Oversoul, and now Akumi Wars. Nightmare Gateway. Oh, Oblivion, the character. I was thinking of the sword. Yeah, Oblivion is still that sort of. Yeah, it's kind of like a dark influencer. A gateway. What you might call it? Custodian of the Oblivion Gateway. Hey, thanks, Wolf. Drawing gets easier the more you do it. I've been drawing a lot lately. He has a job of 95, and after that, he's rampaging Dage's army. What software is that? This is called Procreate. It's on my iPad. Nice suit, Mr. Void. Thank you. Oh, that does look like a Mr. Void. That's a good name. Mr. Void. I can't write. How many pixels are X and Y axis of your canvas? I use where is it? You can't see it, but it's... Oh, I forgot to turn this up. I thought I did. Usually it's 40, 60 by 2900 and 300 DPI. Because this is what Displate requires to post an image, and so I just do that just in case I ever want to post an image on a display. It's pretty big, but I don't have to worry if I always draw it this size. swore I changed this resolution. Maybe I didn't. So I feel less tired today because I drank lots of water. I think that's a game changer. I don't feel groggy. Drinking water, going to sleep, getting plenty of rest. Oh, Donovan is the one with the big sword. Yeah, that's the one I like. Dimitri, is it Dimitri? Yeah, Dimitri is the vampire. Looks like lanternfish. Oh yeah, looks like one of those anglerfish. The real life nightmare. They have giant eyes though. Oops. Akumi Wars actually made me wonder his connection to Milt and Null, since wasn't he a servant and wondered why he had a beef with Milt, as shown in the final act with Akumi Wars. We'll have to wait and see as the story progresses, Atruid. Yeah, I always got confused with pixel dimensions too. Like, I didn't know which one to use. And obviously the bigger the better, so when I got those dimensions or dimension requirements from Displate, I was just like, okay, I'll just use that from now on. 4060 by 2900, 300 DPI. That's the minimum. That's their minimum. They actually prefer larger. I'm like, that seems like overboard. Oblivion has quite a bit similar to Skew, but being more violent, chaotic, and mischievous, but like Skew, still enigmatic and mysterious, with not a whole lot to know about him or how he came to be. It's like he's out of Oblivion. Water for hydration is a must. Yes. I have not been consistent with my water intake. Isn't Oblivion the one with the cloak? Yeah. He's got the giant hood. Nicely done. Thank you, Luke. I followed your art since I was a kid and found your channel on Facebook. Your art was inspiring to me, like the artist Bengus was inspiring to you. Your art influenced my developed style. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Wolf. Glad I could inspire your art. You should send me some of it on Discord or something. I'd love to take a look. Hello, Smokey. I like those proportions for a character. I use that a lot for male characters. Big arms with thin torsos and leg. Yeah, Luke, this is a very typical cartoonish big guy style that I like to do. Not quite as extreme as like like loony cartoons, but basic premise. Big upper body, small lower body. I like to keep it right in between cartoony and realistic, like right in the middle. I forgot to flip this. Looks like he's falling backwards. That's why you gotta flip your canvas. But yeah, like I finally feel like I'm getting my inspiration back after looking at the Bengus drawings again and seeing all the pixel um, art from Street Fighter and all the different fighting games. I was watching this guy's videos. He was going through a bunch of different games, and I was just soaking it in, taking me back to when I would go to arcades for hours after I spent all my cores. I would stay there for hours just watching other people play. And it might have looked like I was watching people just play video games, but I was looking at the art. I was just consuming the art. I was like taking it all in because I was gonna go back home and draw. So I was taken back to that time. A time before I was drawing for money for a paycheck. A time before a time when I was drawing everything. I don't like that. Oblivion is indeed the darkness element in the tattered, unique cloak. Yes, he is. More armors like Void Commander armor. The one you made back in 2024. Ooh, I don't remember what I made back then. Or I do big arms, big chest, small lower body, and wider thighs and calves. It gives a superhero feel. But I try not to overuse it. Yeah. I usually go overboard with my muscular dudes. I always make hulking guys, and then or I'll make overly scrawny guys. It's the in between that I have trouble with. Not trouble with, but I rarely draw it as much. Will you create an armor with this upcoming AQW birthday? If they ask me to. What a shrunkly fella. I wish I knew what shrunkly meant. Hyper pop diamond. Shrunkly. Pixel art can never go wrong. Yeah, pixel art always looks good for some reason. I don't know if it's no. I think it's just, there's something about it. I think part of it is your imagination fills in some of the missing stuff. Then add a kind of reminds me of Mr. Incredible in a suit, the bulky one. Yeah, it does. Then add the Conan the Barbarian version in Akumi, please. I guess I could make a buff AQW armor. I did make that, I forget his name, the 6-arm dude. What are the other ideas? We gotta... What is a buff girl? Buff woman. Oh, I draw my buff women that I used to draw all the time. I used to draw like super muscular girls. So different than how I usually draw. I would draw these super muscular girls with practically no curves, but I like drawing curves now. Actually, the funny thing is, I think Demon Kiss evolved from one of these buff girls I used to draw because she had the same hairstyle. She used to have the bangs and this straight black hair. Oh yeah. When I was 18 through 22, my girls looked like men. They look like transgender. But I was totally into bodybuilding at the time, so I didn't mind it. I was obsessed with bodybuild. I'd buy all the magazines, study them. So yeah, I had this girl that was the beginning of Demon Kiss's look, and she used giant. Her weapons were these giant knives. You put her on a different layer. Making our business void look small. There's a fruit fly in here. So yeah, I used to draw girls with big old Adam's apples too. I have no idea why. I exaggerated everything. Pixel Akumi variant. What's up, Page Painter? Nice drawing, man. Thank you, No Way. Looks like Yujiro from Baki. Ah, I know of Baki, but I don't know who that is. The character. All the Baki characters look like swole. Give him a hot wife with a rebellious son. Buff mommy. Oof. I mean, Warlin is a buff mommy. Buff Kiss, more like it. Yeah, trying to impress the girl in your workplace. Orange giant knives, just swords. Yeah. Her knives are just swords. Milton Bufflore. Aren't giant knives just swords? Basically. But, oh shit, it's already been, no, I think it's been half an hour. It's like the Bowie knife, which is basically a short sword. It's one of the things I loved about Lobo too. He'd always get into knife fights. So his fights were always so gory and bloody. I think there was a episode, not an episode. There's a comic where he gets into a knife fight with Santa Claus. In this universe, Santa Claus is like this badass killer. It Lobo was awesome. All the stories were absurd. It's not losing the knife aesthetic. I would make characters like that all the time. I would just make buff dudes with giant knives that would just stab people. I was obsessed with that character archetype, just characters with giant knives. There was a movie that Brad Pitt starred in where he played like a killer. He used he used like a giant knife. So I was getting inspiration for giant knives everywhere. Lobo. Hey, thanks for the subscription, Fazrul. I do hope one day to demon kiss and like her Vietnamese outfit. Oh yeah, I should do that. That was one of her original drawings. Demon kiss in her Asian outfit. Yeah, the Vietnamese allier and straw hat. This is pro. This is called Procreate. Joka. Joka Jinx. Hello, Fazrul. Short sword or long knife? You ever seen those knives that you ever hear of a Crocodile Dundee? It used to be a popular movie. There's a scene where there's a guy. He's from Australia. He's like lives in the jungle, or like not jungles, but like in the outback of Australia. And he goes to New York, and he gets approached by some kids with a knife that try to rob him. And he goes, the girl that's with him goes, "Give him your money. He has a knife." He's like, "That's not a knife." And he pulls out this giant knife. So that's a knife. It's like the size of a not it's like shorter than a sword, but like gigantic knife. And he starts cutting up the guy's jacket. Another movie that inspired giant knives for me. That's not a knife. Oh, that's a knife. Crocodile Dundee. Let's see. Not her arm should go behind her leg. This is kind of a cool drawing. Maybe I'll finish it later. Oh, I forgot about the music. Oh, it is 1 hour. Man, that hour went by quick. No, it's not a short sword. Definitely a knife. Will you create an altar for your weapon like Dage's altar of... I have no idea what those are, Ricker. Jungle knife. Yeah, Bowie knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. We are #1. You should draw a vehicle on a stream. That's a good idea. I do want to get better at drawing vehicles. I don't know how popular that will be, but I'm trying to improve my skills. What kind of vehicle should I draw? I'm thinking I should draw like a... I like big wheels. Maybe like a Jeep. Oh, you know what I just heard about on a commercial while I was listening to music? Gravedigger. The monster truck. Dude, I've been hearing about Gravedigger since I was like 7. I can't believe that thing is still around. I used to be into monster trucks and funny cars when I was a kid. Anything that was just strange, like I didn't care about cars, but oh my gosh, a funny car or a monster truck? Yeah, now you got my interest. I remember as a kid, I didn't like that they were called funny cars. I was like, they look cool. They're not funny at all. They have those giant engines on the front. There's nothing funny about that. That's so cool. That's what I used to draw all the time. Now you got me. Zaire, you got me going back to my childhood. I used to draw cars all the time. I'm going to draw a funny car. It's probably going to turn out terrible, but we're going to give it a shot. I need to look it up. Yeah, monster trucks, Hot Wheels. I used to have Hot Wheels. Funny car. Funny cars had giant wheels too in the back. I liked the ones with the giant wheels. Let's see, this is gonna be hard. I'm just gonna draw it like I used to as a kid. See, I'm already like way too... Yeah, this is hard. I don't even know what I'm drawing. I should draw a Jeep. That was my first instinct. Yeah, Jeeps are my style to draw. Milksmobile. Dude, my vehicles aren't gonna look like anything you've ever seen, because we're talking about. I have zero idea how to do this. Like I think I drew one vehicle in Procreate like a couple years ago. Yeah, this is bad. I need to make it like super cartoony. That's the kind of vehicle I want to draw anyway. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna like look up tutorials, not now, but like this week. I'm gonna look up tutorials on how to draw cars. Like everything I watch to draw like characters I already know practically, or human anatomy. It's just different variations of the same thing. I have no idea what practices to do when drawing a car. Zero. I've never looked it up. I've never cared to. But now I have some interests. I used to draw monster trucks even when I was in my teens. People come into the stream thinking I'm gonna draw characters. I'm drawing a freaking Jeep. That's right. Screw drawing sexy girls and monsters. I'm drawing Jeeps. From now on, it's all Jeeps. I'm looking at like 20 different Jeeps right now. I don't know which one I'm drawing. The perspective is crazy, like the perspective on how much a car goes back is not something that would be intuitive at all. Like it just goes almost flat right here. I know I should use perspective lines, but I'm lazy. You know, in a way, the car reminds me a bit of the Akira Toriyama would draw his vehicles from the front angle. Akira. Well, I'm going to be looking up how to draw vehicles this week, so I'll figure out how he draws. I'll figure out how the masters draw cars. That's crazy. Kim Jong-yi would draw humans and cars, vehicles of all sorts, freehand, like nothing. The mental library he was able to keep was incredible. It's so funny. Gotta start somewhere. I like those drawings of cars that are super exaggerated, but they feel real. They still feel real. That's how I want to be able to draw cars. I want to draw something that looks cartoony but real at the same time. It's hard to explain. I've seen it done, but it's got like an illustrated look. I would always draw a giant engine on the hood, but it's not gonna work here. But as a kid, I'd always draw profile cars. Obviously, I couldn't draw a car 3/4. Impossible. Jeep skin on Akumi Wars, but that's too cartoonish. Jurassic Park Jeep. So far, strong looking Jeep. Thank you, Vega. One of my favorite parts of LA car show is seeing the concept car. Yeah, that's where I've seen it. Concept car drawings look so freaking amazing. I feel like there should be an antenna. not looking too bad. I think I just need to put more curves. It looks kind of like a radio-controlled car now. I always wanted a radio-controlled car when I was a kid. But my parents bought me the ones that had a wire connected to it. So disappointing. So you gotta you have to run after it. So jank. God, I wanted a radio-controlled car. And of course, when you get older and you can actually afford one you don't care about anymore. I'm sure some people do, but I didn't. I wanted it as a kid. Okay. I feel like I want to make something fantastical in this scene now. It's kind of fun. Even though I don't know what I'm doing. Kind of sort of turns into something the more I lay down lines and experiment. Yes, good exercise, like the Flintstones car or electric. The Hummer from Sonic Zombie Apocalypse. Sonic Zombie Apocalypse. Is that a real game? Sounds fun. A giant monster chasing it? I was thinking of something like that. Akumi, Punky, and Droid. Sorry, I mean if you needed characters to fill in the background Jeep. No, I know what you meant. I'm thinking, my mind is processing what to do with these ideas. Forgot the car cartoon show that transforms into a robot. Like the head of the robot is a car. That's cool. This will be a good background piece for a game or those bonus stages where you need to destroy the Jeep. What kind of monster? I was gonna draw Tyrannosaurus, but I was like, that's kind of obvious. What else can I do? Maybe have a Kumi like. Maybe drones at the wheel. If they're moving, then we need to do anime lines. I think there's a perspective here. Guide, perspective. Tap to create a vanishing point. Yeah. That's the wrong spot. Can barely see it. the first time I've ever used this. That's pretty fun. Oh shit. Oh yeah, I need to bend them in the antenna. I feel like I want to make it an exhaust. Just a giant exhaust. I don't know if that works. We'll have something chasing her, chasing them. I don't know what yet. This is why I want to learn to do more backgrounds, and props and cars, because you can really like tell stories better. Let's see. Oh, I know. What about just some giant floating heads? With teeth. Or a giant void T-Rex. Being chased by a bombarded and bombarded. What about a mech robot, perhaps? Mr. Void Gang, since they're at the beach. Or was. Makai, but bigger. That could work, even without the context of Kumie and Punky and Droid being both greedy and silly. Would set off a trap hiding something. They can make them cash. Let's see. Make it look like they're moving fast. I always loved the little comic strips. Not just comics, but like even newspaper comic strips. or the Far Side comics. They always felt so alive, even though they're so cartoony. They're so full of just life because of the way they're drawn. That always fascinated me, even though the subject matter was obviously not, there's nothing fantasy or sci-fi or any of the stuff that interested me. Just the way they were able to create what felt like a living, breathing world fascinated me about those comics. Doing this kind of reminds me of that. It's like super simple drawings, but I feel more alive because you're kind of telling a story. Maybe there's another one. In the foreground. The wheels like need to be more exaggerated to feel like they're moving. Other comics like Mad Comics. Even though they were all black and white, they were so full of life. Just the personalities. The Chomper. Love the art. I'm gonna go to bed for now. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for hanging out, Wolf. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, we seem to be doing something different every time. Which is kind of nice. It's how you grow. Step out your comfort zone. I'm trying to implement my the rule of no straight lines. So I'm just trying to add some curves. Oh shit. It's already been 2 hours. So yeah, I'm gonna start like warping any straight lines on this car. Try to bring it into more of a cartoony vibe, but not lose its structure completely. It's probably going to be a little awkward because I'm doing it after the fact. But figuring this out, this is a learning experience. You know when you make sound effects for your drawing, you're really into it. I just made a car sound. I used to do that all the time as a kid. Make sounds for the monsters. Building worlds here. uh, this could be a loading screen for Akumi Wars. Yeah, if I finish it and detail it, it'd be pretty nice. Sounds like those Sea monsters beneath the ocean. Yeah, I want to get used to doing stuff like this. Not to become easier. I think I'm at the stage of my art where I can branch out to this type of drawing. And not want to run into the hills screaming. I think I could handle it. Even though coming across a lot of challenges. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Interesting. The Jeep's bumper doesn't wrap around, it just goes straight out. What an interesting detail. They kind of curve, they kind of bend in a little bit, but not all the way. They got little lights on them too. Milton, do you believe in the supernaturals? The supernaturals, do I believe in like spirits, ghosts? I believe there's energy. Energy is never destroyed, it only changes form. So, yeah, I believe there's energy and a form of consciousness that sticks around and exists. But I think how you interpret it is how you experience it. I don't believe there's inherently evil entities. There's negative and good and positive, just like there are humans. There's not really a morality attached to it. That's my belief. Things preferred and not preferred, that is all. Zoom zoom. Milt, will you be down okay if I fuse polymerization Akumi and Bisha into a new entity? Would you be down alright with that? Sure, go for it. The unexplained Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Yeah, I've actually watched a lot of video on aliens and supernatural and things like Bigfoot. One of the more interesting and stories that I heard about Bigfoot and Sasquatch that actually seems feasible now to me is that they are what they call slipwalkers, meaning Bigfoot and Sasquatch are able to step through different dimensions. So that's why you can see them sometimes but never track them, because they're kind of just slipping in and out of this plane of existence, and then they go back to their main, I don't know, homeland or main place that they live. But the idea of multiverses, I think anything is possible now. If there's infinite possibilities and infinite parallel universes, it means there's infinite ways for things to exist. That our laws of physics are not set in stone. It just applies to where we are. And just like at the quantum level, none of it applies there. None of the laws of physics apply there. So it always annoys me when science tries to explain things using what we only know, what is only known to us, as if it's going to be the same everywhere. It's like, yeah, aliens are probably not using rocket fuel. Probably not. They're probably not using rocket fuel to power their their ships. So why even say it's impossible to travel the galaxies because we can't with rocket fuel? I think that's another example of technology where they're able to just travel through wormholes, travel through dimensions. They're not traveling through time and space, they're skipping over that. Let's see. Move this a bumper in more. It's the problem with drawing something I'm not sure about, I just keep wanting to iterate on it. I'm in an iteration loop with this Jeep. That'll probably take like months before I'm comfortable drawing vehicles. Months of practice. Maybe after a year, it'll come naturally. Yeah, I saw that too. Like, that's a portal, and they always acquitted with aliens. Oh, equated with aliens too. Yep. Like Mark Zuckerberg. The Bigfoot thesis made me thought of the film Mist. I don't think I ever saw that movie. Oh yeah, I'm totally into physics, quantum theory. I watch all that shit. I've been watching it since around 2006. I've been interested in it. That's why all of the Akumi stuff is based on different dimensions and parallel realities. And aliens. Fascinates me. I'm not smart enough to get it all, but I love the infinite possibility of it all. And the unexplained, the mysterious. I remember saying when I was younger, like drawing all this fantastical and sci-fi stuff, I used to think, oh my gosh, reality is so much more boring than fantasy or sci-fi. But now I'm thinking, no, there's probably a place where all of that exists in its own way. Like everything that we've made up in our imagination probably exists, probably normal in some other reality. Look at all the technology that started off as fantasy and movies and TV show that are real now. Everything starts in the imagination. Roar! Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff even relates to seemingly relates to things in the Bible. Oh, that's fascinating. Vroom vroom. Where all those creatures were from parallel universe? Where are all those creatures? I want to be a lichen. I mean, it's crazy. We're all energy, right? There's animals already on our planet that have technically superpowers. Electric eels can generate electricity. Bioluminescent fish can generate light. Anyone see that video of a bug that literally shoots something for as a defense from its butt that is so hot it literally like burns whoever they spray it on. It's like there's crazy things on our own planet that animals can do that we don't even understand. What about that frog there's a frog that is literally a Wolverine. It has claws underneath its hands and it punctures the skin whenever it's threatened to use as weapons. It's like, what the fuck? We're surrounded by freaking things with superpowers. I never even realized, but like I've been seeing it a lot lately on social media that when a butterfly goes into a cocoon, it's literally disintegrating into goo before it comes back out as a butterfly. For some reason, I always just thought that the larvae just transforms into a butterfly, but I didn't know it actually disintegrates and then reforms. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, I think we're almost gonna come to a close here. This turned out pretty cool. Try to give Akumi her pigtails here. I'm gonna put it high. It's easier. It's easier than putting them under her ear. Yeah, the bombardier beetle, that's the one. I want a new weapon from Milton. I think the same can happen with slugs. Oh, I didn't know that. Considering there's a finite number of elements in the universe, and as finite number of combinations of those elements in the universe, even though the numbers are high enough, though those numbers are high, they will eventually be repetition in the universe, meaning theoretically, if you travel in one direction long enough, you could find your exact duplicate. Oh, that's interesting. And who's to say, Zaire, there aren't other elements out there that we just haven't discovered, or that are just not in this reality? So that even brings up more possibilities. The exploding bug, the tear gas one. Yep, that's the one I saw. It's funny you're drawing a Jeep with Akumi sticking out the top, which reminds me of Gorilla's Dirty Harry music video with a noodle out the top of the Jeep. Yeah, that's what it's reminding me of. Dude, that Gorilla's video inspired me so much during that time. Like, Noodles was well, obviously I've said it a million times, Gorillaz was a huge inspiration to me. So yeah. You just reminded me that was my inspiration. And doing this is very, yeah, similar to that Gorillaz video. Your hand or arm should be higher. There's a comic manga about humans who became insects. Like, they got the powers from insects. Dude, insects have all the craziest gimmicks. Like, you want crazy... Like, I think Aliens was based off fleas. Because fleas will go into, like, a cocoon state until someone walks by, and they'll hatch immediately from their cocoon, jump on their host and bite them. I want to say that's what the original Aliens were inspired by. I'm not sure, but I swear I heard that. which makes sense. And I only know that because I brought fleas into my house after mowing the lawn earlier this year, and it was impossible to get rid of them until I like read up on how to do it. It's like you gotta walk around and create movement to get them to come out of their cocoons. Otherwise, they can sit in a cocoon for like 90 days. And if there's no movement, they'll just sit in there. And as soon as like a dog or cat or a human walks by, they pop out. And did you know hippopotamuses create their own suntan? Nah, they create their own sunscreen. That's why they don't have to have any hair on their body. Their own body creates an oil that protects them from the sun. Like animals are freaking nature's marvels, nature's superheroes, nature's mutants. And guess what? We're part of nature. We're part of it. I shortened her arm so that I wouldn't go over this monster's face, but I feel like it needs to stretch out more. I have to make the chomper smaller. So I can make Akumi's arm longer. I inadvertently did the super skinny versions of the Akumi. It's kind of in between super skinny and that I used to do. Make the gun look like it's shooting backwards. Let's see. Finally, I made it to a stream. Greetings, Mr. Poole. Hello, Noxus. I really hate those eggs, and there's a lot of those crawling things coming from it. Do you still like... Oh, listen to Gorillas. They're still putting out music and it's great. They don't miss. I haven't heard anything recent from them, but every once in a while I'll hear something from them. I hardly follow any musicians anymore. I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just not plugged in. I don't hear. I don't. I used to listen to the radio all the time because I would drive when I was driving. But ever since I stopped needing to drive a lot, I stopped following a lot of the latest songs and musicians. Like they build to adapt. Like they're a build to adapt. Yeah. Oh yeah, tardigrades can survive the void of space. Yep, I've heard that. That's why some scientists or theorists believe that they're probably not from Earth. It's like, why are they able to survive in space? There's no reason that they would build that ability or unless they were whatchamacallit. I forget exactly what they said, but essentially they wouldn't build that ability unless they'd experienced or been subjected to it before. Am I a mutant? We're all mutants. Just different varieties. Talking about mutant, I want to be a Colossus. That's funny that you say that. I was watching that fighter video. There's one about Virtual Fighter, and like the main boss is like a metal woman. Like she's just basically female Silver Surfer looking. Okay. We'll take a look at their sketch. And then I think we can call this we can call this a drawing. Maybe I'll finish later. Oof. Coloring this will be a whole other thing. Probably not that bad. I think the idea of coloring it is worse than the actual practice, maybe. Hey, that's fun. Thanks to Zaire for suggesting I draw a car. Pushing my abilities to their limits. Put some highlights. Let's see. Do some highlights first. We could put this in a nighttime scene, then make the headlights all bright. A little special effects. Okay. We are drawing a Jeep with Punky and Akumi and Drone driving away from mutant monsters. Chompers. Thank you, Zaire. You said vehicles were a weak spot for you. Right, well, this came out good. Thank you, Noxus. I will practice doing vehicles more so that they will become easier. It passes for a vehicle. Let's see. Cool. Here's what we got. We got the chase. We've got our Void guy and his mama wife, hot mama wife, Kumi, Algath, Void Assassin, some other dude, Werecat, Witch Girl, another version. Let's see. I think this one has more personality, but I mean, I hate when I make two different versions because then I get myself confused as to which one. as to which one is better. I just create a dilemma for myself. Thank you, Vega. Alright. Now make a Jeep a Transformer. Day 1, asking Milton to bring Miltonius, the Conqueror, and Dej Destroyer to AQW. So that finished up Mascaria. The colors really bring the sketches to life. Yeah. Those Akumi stripe pieces make me want to see the Doomslayer Akumi. Which ones do you guys like? Looking to the side or looking forward? I almost don't want to know. This is Graveland plus War. That was the suggestion last week. Yeah. Okay, you guys can't even see the whole thing. Okay, Zaire, you like it? The one looking to the side? That's the one I choose. It's done then. Milton posted on Discord. I want to make it a wallpaper. Which one, Ricker? I looked at a lot. You gotta be specific. As I can post all the sketches. I just forget sometimes. Oh shit. Ah shit. Warlin and Strife Kumi. Yeah, I can do that. Both because the second pick looks like she just got done shooting, while the first one looks like she's taking it in and enjoying the aftermath. That works. Both is good. Maybe all the sketches too. Yeah. If I can I'll try to do it this week. I'll post it to Discord. And then later to my Patreon. Dude, my mobile game is turning out so good. I'm so excited for it. I just added Miltonius today. It's so good. He just torches everything. He just torches everybody. I added a whole bunch of new units you can get. Dude, I'm excited for this. I'm probably gonna do a public test again pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I think that's good. We done did good. Got a good, another good one. Another good sketch for the day, for the night. We'll finish the horse woman of Darksiders. Yeah, we can do that. Lion Fang as Fury, Drakath as Death. Fury. Sneak peek of Miltonius, please. Oh wait, is it open here? Maybe tomorrow. If I do it now, I gotta open up the software and figure out all the things. Sneak peek of Miltonius in the mobile game tomorrow. Can't wait to see it, play it. Thank you, Noxus. Since he's a reward, you said onwards and upwards. Yes, indeed. Thank you all for hanging out for another drawing. Thanks for helping me make some cool sketches. I'll be back on tomorrow. So, yeah, until next time, peace and two pieces. Have a good night, everybody.